to make up to their long-lost biological son. My wealthy adoptive parents, just because I stayed out one night, abruptly cut off our adoption ties. Even my CEO fiancée, whom I've loved for 11 years, couldn't care less if I lived or died. She pushed me, burning with a fever and unable to swim, into the pool, leaving me soaking for over 4 hours. But when I finally give up and leave, they'll all completely lose their minds. Right now, just because I won't give up my grad school spot, they've made me stand in the rain for 2 hours. Left with no choice, I can only compromise for now. I yell at the villa, "I agree. I'll give the spot to Liam." The tightly shut doors finally open slowly. My fiancée, Chloe, glares down at me. Her tone is icy. "If you had just listened earlier, none of this would have happened." Holding an umbrella, she brings me inside, soaking wet. In her usually indifferent eyes, there's a clear hint of satisfaction. She pours me a glass of hot water. "With me around, grad school doesn't matter for you. But Liam is different. He wasted so many years in the mountains. His foundation is weak, and he's falling behind. It's rare he wants to improve. Just help him out this time." Chloe's tone seems gentle, but it's undeniably firm, as if she's certain I'll give in. Looking at the love of my life so close, I can't stop shaking. The chill in my heart is more biting than the rain outside. This is the woman I've adored for 11 years. My fiancée. It's only today that I finally wake up. She isn't inherently cold. It's just that her coldness is reserved entirely for me. I can't remember my childhood. As long as I can remember, I grew up in an orphanage. At 10, I was adopted by the Fosters. Back then, they had just lost their biological son. The whole family was in grief. Even after adopting me, the house was always clouded in gloom. The foster parents were strict, always comparing me to Liam, hoping I'd grow into a standard rich heir. Those days were miserable for me, filled with endless classes and various extracurriculars all day, accompanied by countless scoldings. And Chloe was the only light in those oppressive years. She had an ethereal vibe and spoke little, but always handled everything perfectly. She was like the brightest princess in the crowd. I couldn't help but be drawn to her, unable to look away. The Fosters and Bennetts were close friends. They arranged our marriage when we were kids. Later, when the real Liam went missing, this engagement fell on me, the adopted child. From 10 to 21, I knew she was my future fiancée. Chloe never clearly accepted my feelings, but never refused either. Always playing the proper fiancée, walking by my side. I used to think she saw me silently protecting her, moved by my sincerity, willing to accept my care, and even return some affection. But just when I thought our relationship was heating up, Liam came back. From that day on, everything changed. The hot water burns my fingertips numb. I suddenly snap back to reality. I turn into the bathroom to wash off the rain. Chloe stands there, watching my back. My steps suddenly halt. She's always like this. Just when I'm about to give up completely, she gives me a tiny sweet taste, making me reluctant to leave. But this time, I'm not happy like she expected. I turn my head and look at her coldly. "Chloe, I can't swim, let alone dive. Who Chloe wants to go to the Maldives with is obvious. But Chloe doesn't feel awkward at all. She continues asking, looking as usual, "Then where do you want to go for vacation? I'll arrange it." It's rare for her to ask for my opinion like this. I don't argue or reply. I just smile bitterly at myself. In the dead of winter, she locked me out in the rain for 2 hours. No wonder I have a fever. Chloe pulls me into bed and carefully tucks me in. "Lie still. I'll get the meds." As she turns, her phone rings. The next second, I hear Liam's crying voice on the phone. "Chloe, where are you? My stomach hurts so much. I'm dying." "I'll be right there. Wait for me." Hearing Liam's plea, Chloe shows an unprecedented anxiety. She walks out without hesitation, completely forgetting about me. The huge villa instantly feels empty. I'm all alone. The fever makes me dizzy. In my days, my heart aches in waves. Love and lack of love are so clearly divided. Luckily, my biological parents found me not long ago. Trembling, I dial the overseas number I've rejected countless times. "I agree to go to the US like you asked. Once I finish my academic project here, I'll go to the US to reunite with you in half a month." Excited sobbing comes from the other end. "That's wonderful, my baby boy. We'll definitely make it up to you. It's been over a decade. We've finally waited for this day. For these 2 weeks, just be a good son to your adoptive parents. Say a proper goodbye to them." I sneer inwardly. Does anyone really care if I stay or leave? There's absolutely no need. In half a month, I'll pack up everything and leave this chilling place without a sound. The fever hits hard and fast. My whole body feels like it's on fire. Even breathing is hard. As my consciousness fades, I struggle to dial 911, and I'm taken to the hospital alone in an ambulance. By the time I finish my 4-drip alone in the ward, the sky is already dawning. I pull out the 4 and head to the restroom. Just around the corner, I hear a familiar voice. Chloe, it's my fault for being so weak. I got a stomach bug just from eating ice cream. Thanks for staying with me in the hospital all night. My steps freeze instantly. Looking through the glass door, the person inside is Liam. Chloe is holding a thermos, feeding Liam soup, spoonful by spoonful, blowing on each bite carefully to cool it down. The tenderness on her face is something I've never seen. You suffered too much as a kid. That's why you're so weak. It's okay. I'll stay with you and help you get better. Liam smiles, touched. Chloe, you didn't go home all night. Won't Ethan mind? At the mention of me, Chloe's smile instantly fades. Her tone is cold. He has no right to mind. Even though I knew Chloe treated Liam and me completely differently, hearing no right still pierces my heart like a needle. I've loved Chloe for 11 years, been her official boyfriend for 3 years, and all I get in return is no right. I lean against the wall, my head hanging weakly. On Liam's 3rd day back with the Fosters, he got into a car accident. Everyone was convinced I did it. No matter how I explained, no one believed me. In the eyes of the Fosters and Chloe, I'm just a ruthless scumbag trying to secure my spot in the family. So, their looks grew colder and more heartless. Mia. Her icy glare stings. I manage to squeeze out a word. Mia ignores me, looking straight into the ward. Seeing Chloe and Liam reading closely together, she instantly gets it. She shoves me roughly around the corner, completely ignoring my weak state. Ethan, I know what you're thinking. Seeing Liam and Chloe together. You're jealous, aren't you? I find it ridiculous. I'm Chloe's actual boyfriend. Yet here I am, being interrogated. I grit my teeth and retort. Shouldn't I be? Chloe is my girlfriend. Mia scoffs. You have no shame. You took Liam's place in the foster family for 11 years. Lived a life of luxury for 11 years. Do you really think all this belongs to you? Wake up. Everything you have now belongs to Liam. If you're smart, break up with Chloe. As long as Liam is happy, we can still treat you like before. Like before? An adopted son on the surface, but constantly scolded and beaten. No matter how hard I try or how good I am, I can't escape their disgust. Just because I'm not Liam. My eyes instantly turn red. Gritting my teeth, I ask the question hidden in my heart for so long. I didn't ask to join the Fosters. Your parents chose to adopt me. Since Liam is back, I'm willing to leave and give everything back to him. But why won't you let me? Why? You don't actually think we'd miss you, do you? It's for the foster family's reputation, of course. These words strike like lightning. I shudder. Swaying a bit, I finally collapse, unable to hold on. I see. The Fosters don't want the vicious reputation of abandoning their adopted son after finding their real one, so they keep me trapped. They watch Liam take away everything I care about. From start to finish, in their eyes, I'm just an emotionless stand-in. I stayed in the hospital for 3 days. In those 3 days, no one came to see me. I returned to that so-called home with my luggage. It's as cold as when I left. Maybe Chloe hasn't been back at all these 3 days. She's been with Liam the whole time. This villa was a gift from Chloe. For my 20th birthday. I always thought of it as our home. But now, Chloe is no longer my Chloe. And this home is no longer a home. I take my meds and lie on a lounger by the pool, soaking up the sun. I don't know how long it's been, but a shadow falls over me. I open my eyes and see Liam looking at me with a smirk. Ethan, you're awake. I came today specifically to thank you. Thanks for being so generous. Giving up the grad school spot you worked 3 hard years for. How did you get in? I regret asking right away. Only Chloe and I have the keys. The only one who could let him in is Chloe. Liam covers his mouth and laughs smugly. What do you mean? Chloe gave me the key, of course. She's been staying at my place. She's busy today, so she asked me to grab some clothes for her. Hearing this, I feel like I swallowed a fly, utterly disgusted. I suppress my discomfort, not wanting to deal with him anymore and tell him to leave. Get your stuff from upstairs and leave. But Liam takes his time and sits by the pool. He provokes me on purpose. Ethan, I heard you can't swim, so who do you think Chloe built this pool for? Oh right, did you not know? I've loved swimming since I was a kid, even won a championship. His shrill voice pierces my ears like a needle. I fight the urge to get angry and say coldly, swim all you want. You can't do anything else right anyway. At least being healthy will save your parents some worry. Liam jumps up like a cat whose tail was stepped on. He glares at me. I can't be bothered with him. I get up and head inside. As I pass him, he suddenly grabs my arm and shoves me hard toward the pool. In a flash, two figures suddenly appear by the pool. They grab Liam and me. Before I can react, Liam already puts on a wronged face. He cries out, "Dad! Mom!" Ethan tried to push me into the water. My stomach bug isn't even gone yet. I didn't. He did it himself. Before I can finish explaining, Mr. and Mrs. Foster both glare at me fiercely. Mrs. Foster says angrily, "Mia said you were in the hospital. We wanted to visit you. I didn't expect you to be so vicious. What did Liam ever do to you? You keep coming after him. Are you trying to kill him?" A barrage of insults washes over me. Like countless times before, I lower my head, afraid and powerless to fight back. Mrs. Foster's finger is almost poking my eye. Mr. Foster is even more agitated, cursing loudly. "Ungrateful wretch." Still cursing, he doesn't seem satisfied. He suddenly kicks me hard in the waist, sending me crashing into the pool. It's a standard deep pool. I can't swim. I can only thrash around desperately, but my body feels like lead. Sinking deeper and deeper, I watch helplessly as the Foster family of three walk intimately into the house hand in hand. In my daze, I hear them laughing. It's just a pool. He won't drown. He tried to push Liam. Let him taste what it's like, soaking in cold water in the dead of winter. My body sinks like a falling leaf. Endless pain and regret drown me. Dying like this is a pity. I haven't even met my real parents yet. Wonder if they'd spoil me like the Fosters spoil Liam. Splash! A dark figure jumps in and drags me to shore. I struggle, coughing up water, and slowly open my eyes. I see Chloe and the bodyguard who saved me. Seeing Chloe, a strange warmth fills my heart. So she does care about me just a little. But the next second, her eyes turn freezing cold. "Ethan, you never stop, do you?" Whenever it involves Liam, Chloe loses her usual calm. I freeze. Before I can explain, Liam runs out crying. He tugs at Chloe's arm, looking totally wronged. "Chloe, don't blame Ethan. Maybe he didn't mean it. Liam, don't defend him. He'll never change." She adds, "Ethan, for the sake of our years together, I had you saved this once. Do it again and I won't hold back." I slump on the ground. My soaked clothes are freezing, but it's nothing compared to the chill in my heart. It's always like this. Time and again they choose to believe Liam, treating me like a monster, but Liam is never the victim. I'm the one who always gets hurt. As soon as I walk inside, the laughter of the four in the living room stops. They look at me, like I'm some disgusting predator. Dragging my cold, heavy body, I turn to head upstairs. Oh no, where's my jade ring? Did it fall in the pool? Liam suddenly yells out. I instantly realize he's targeting me on purpose. I speed up, trying to escape their sight, but Mr. Foster won't let me go. "Ethan, stop. Did you throw Liam's ring into the pool?" I turn around and weakly defend myself. "It wasn't me. I didn't push him. Let alone throw his ring. I just recovered from a high fever. After struggling in the water, I feel dizzy and faint. I barely have the strength to stand. I saw you grab Liam's arm to push him in. How dare you lie?" Mrs. Foster's shrill voice echoes through the villa. Meanwhile, Liam turns to Chloe. With red eyes, he says pitifully, "If it were just a normal ring, fine. But Mom and Dad gave it to me. During those years, I was abducted. That ring kept me going, hoping I'd see them again." Hearing this, Mrs. Foster thinks of Liam's past suffering. She hugs him and bursts into tears. Mr. Foster is furious. He storms over and drags me right down the stairs. "How can you be so vicious and jealous, Ethan? If you don't find Liam's ring in the pool today, you're dead meat." He roars, dragging me outside. I fight with all my might but can't break free. I can only look helplessly at Chloe for help. But her eyes are freezing cold, without a trace of warmth. Chloe turns, grabs a diving mask, and hands it to me. "Put this on. Go find Liam's ring in the pool." Seeing me shake my head, her tone instantly hardens. "You owe him this." The four of them stand by the pool, laughing and telling me not to slack off. It gets darker, and the water gets colder. My vision blurs and my movements slow down. I finally surface for air, only to hear Chloe's voice. "Don't try to stall. If you don't find the ring, don't bother coming up." Despairing, I sink back down. I search for 4 whole hours. Finally, I feel Liam's jade ring in the drain gap. Clutching the ring, I use my last ounce of strength to climb out. I collapse by the pool, unable to move. They gather around and snatch the ring from my hand. looking down at my pathetic state. Liam links arms with Mr. and Mrs. Foster. They leave without looking back. Chloe drops a "suit yourself" and turns to catch up with Liam, never glancing at me again. I lie freezing by the pool, listening to their fading laughter, and finally black out. I lie in the empty villa for 2 whole days. Waking up, I immediately call my real parents abroad. I've decided, no short-term visa. Just help me apply for permanent immigration. Cheers of joy come from the phone, but I feel nothing. Leaving the city I've lived in for over 20 years is a painful and tough choice for me. I'm not sure if I can adapt to life abroad, or if my real parents will love me unconditionally and take care of me. The road ahead is long, full of unknowns and risks, but I'm willing to face it, because I know it can't get any worse than this. Applying for a green card is much harder. I prep a ton of docs, making several trips to the US Embassy. Leaving for the last time, a flashy Ferrari roars by. I don't catch the license plate, but I know this supercar, limited to 100 worldwide, is the only one in the city. Its owner is Chloe. I panic for a second, then comfort myself. Chloe only has eyes for Liam. She wouldn't notice me on the street. Even if she did, she wouldn't care. At night, I sit alone on the cold floor. Sitting alone on the cold floor, I turn the TV volume all the way up, trying to drown out the villa's loneliness with noise. Suddenly, the door unlocks. A face I haven't seen in a while appears. It's Chloe. She walks up to me. "Where are you going?" "What's wrong?" "I saw you at the US Embassy today. Why were you there?" "Our lab project is almost done. We should have results soon. My advisor signed me up for an academic conference in the US. I'm going there to present the findings. It's an excuse I prepared long ago." Chloe nods slightly. Seeing him at the embassy today, her first thought was she saw wrong. How could he secretly go to the US without telling her? But when she turned back, she saw him get into a cab. She felt a bit annoyed, but it didn't last long. She's certain I love her deeply and could never leave her. Over the years, I was never close to the foster parents. Chloe is my only support in this world. I chased her for years. My attachment and love run deep. It's not something I can just drop overnight. Chloe smiles faintly and hugs me like before. "Want to watch a movie? I'll watch with you." I instinctively want to ask, "Don't you need to be with Liam tonight?" But I hesitate and swallow my words. I know her style too well. Always a slap, then a sweet treat. In the end, I don't refuse. I pick an old-school romance movie. I'm in tears, but Chloe keeps checking her phone. As the credits roll, I stand up and say softly, "I'm tired. I'm going to bed." I walk upstairs, but Chloe stops me. "There's a dinner at the Grand Hotel tomorrow to celebrate Liam's grad school spot. As his brother, remember to get him a gift." I don't answer and just head upstairs, never looking back. Early next morning, Chloe has a gift box delivered. I open it. Inside is a luxurious diamond watch. The card reads, "Congrats, Liam. Dreams do come true." Signed with my name, Ethan. I smile bitterly and shake my head. Chloe thought of everything, but I wonder if this thoughtfulness is for me or for Liam. When I get to the hotel, I hear happy laughter from the private room. Holding the doorknob, I hesitate to go in. If I do, this harmony will instantly vanish. After all, no one welcomes me. But if I don't, the Fosters and Chloe will call me ignorant and heartless. Just as I'm hesitating, I hear a glass shatter inside. Through the glass, I see Liam pouting, his smile completely gone. Mrs. Foster notices his mood shift right away and asks, "What's wrong, Liam?" "Nothing. Ethan's lab results are out. I heard it's some major breakthrough. Everyone in the group chat is congratulating him." Liam's voice is full of grievance. Mr. Foster's smile instantly fades. Mia doesn't believe it. She grabs Liam's phone to check. Today was supposed to be the grad school announcement day. At first, the chat was full of congrats for Liam. But after someone posted about my lab success, the tone in the chat instantly changed. Everyone is praising me as a science genius, saying I should be fast-tracked to a PhD. Liam's thunder is completely stolen by me. Mia angrily slams the phone on the table. "That Ethan. I bet he did this on purpose. Announcing it today just to embarrass Liam." Mrs. Foster gets angry too. "That Ethan is always seeking attention. We ignore him at home, so he shows off at school. He's so vicious." Mr. Foster takes out his phone to call me. "Everything he has is stolen from Liam. What's he so proud of? I'm calling him over right now." "Dad, calling him over won't help. He's always been shameless. But I have a great idea to put him in his place." "What idea?" "It's just an experiment. Who cares if it's a breakthrough? Let's just say Liam did it." Then Liam will be the science genius. Forget grad school, he'll get a direct PhD spot. Mia says smugly. Liam instantly stands up in excitement. His grievance replaced by joy. You're the best, Mia. Mr. and Mrs. Foster nod repeatedly. You're right. Everything Ethan has belongs to Liam anyway. We raised him for over a decade. It's just a lab result. He should give it to Liam. With the family's approval, Mia can't wait to act. But she knows we've never gotten along. If she asks me directly, I'll definitely say no. So she turns her eyes to Chloe. Standing outside, I feel like I'm in an ice cave, fighting with all my might not to rush in. Even though I knew the Fosters had no feelings for me, hearing them plot like this, to steal my hard work, and strip me of everything, still fills my heart with a bone-chilling sorrow. My heart races. I clench my fists tightly. Chloe, the woman I've loved for 11 years. Will she agree? After a moment of silence, I'll talk to Ethan. I'll make him give the results to Liam. I don't go back to the villa. I just turn off my phone and hide myself in the lab. But Chloe still finds me. She got the lab key from the dean. She knows me too well. She knows besides here, I have nowhere else to go. Under the dim light, I look up from my computer. The dark circles under my eyes are obvious. I look completely exhausted. With red eyes, I watch Chloe walk closer. Didn't you say the lab results are out? Congratulations. I close my eyes, saying nothing, still holding onto a sliver of hope. Hoping she's truly happy for me. Hoping she won't make that cruel demand. After a while, Chloe looks at me calmly and says word by word, Ethan, give your lab results to Liam. Those words hit my heart like a sledgehammer. Even though I already knew her choice, hearing her say it so bluntly still pierces me to the core. Before I can reply, Chloe starts giving her reasons. You're smart and talented. You'll definitely achieve more later. But Liam is different. He's about to start grad school. He needs a few academic papers under his belt. I lean on the desk, struggle to stand, and yell at her. Smart? Talented? Can't you see my hard work? I spent day and night in this lab. My hands are peeling from the chemicals. I poured my heart and soul into these results. Chloe, do you even have a heart? My barrage of questions makes Chloe a bit impatient. You worked hard, so what? Ethan, don't forget where you came from. You took Liam's place and lived a good life for over a decade. Shouldn't you make this tiny sacrifice for him now? Be grateful. Just consider this your understanding and tolerance for Liam. Hearing her imply I'm an ungrateful wretch, I suddenly start laughing. Laughing so hard my chest aches. I look at the woman I've loved for 11 years. So in her heart, I'm just an ungrateful wretch who owes Liam and needs to atone. For the first time, I push her away hard. Chloe, just consider me ungrateful. This time, I won't give my lab results to Liam. I won't back down. With that, I turn and leave the lab without looking back. Chloe stands there. Fortunately, there's nothing I need in that empty villa anymore. I just want to finish my report in peace and take my own results, to leave this suffocating place forever. Hiding out for a few days, I don't hear from Chloe. I vaguely feel she might have given up. So I bring my laptop back to the lab to wrap up the report. But standing in front of the lab building, I scan my face several times, yet the access system keeps denying me entry. I quickly take out my phone and call my advisor. Professor, why is my access denied? My usually gentle advisor now sounds as cold as ice. Ethan, from today on, you're no longer part of our lab. You can't enter the lab anymore. Furious, I rush to the admin office but don't see my advisor. Only a familiar teacher quietly pulls me aside and whispers, Ethan, looking for him won't help. It wasn't his choice. His hands are tied. I crouch in the hallway, freezing cold. Despair drowns me like a tide. I should have known. After I rejected her, Chloe wouldn't just let it go. She'd definitely find another way to deal with me. In this whole city, who else could force the school and my advisor to yield, other than the Bennetts and the Fosters? At that moment, I feel like I've been struck by lightning. My body sways uncontrollably. Why? Why on earth? I demand in disbelief. But only a cold beep comes from the phone. He had already hung up. I sit right down and open my laptop, only to feel my heart drop further. All my lab permissions are disabled. Not only can I not view or use any lab-related materials, I can't even see the results I worked so hard for. Wow. The Grand Hotel is super expensive. Liam is the Foster family's heir. A meal there is nothing to him. Exactly. Liam is so handsome and kind. And his research skills are so strong. He's amazing. Amidst the flattery, An inappropriate comment pops up. Why do I feel like Liam's lab results are exactly the same as Ethan's? Could he have copied Ethan? The one speaking is a usually unnoticed girl. As soon as she says this, the group chat goes dead silent. Just then, the department's main group chat gets lively again. Someone posts a message. Congrats to Liam on his lab results. He even got recognized by many experts in the field. Immediately after, various congratulatory stickers flood the chat. Even through the screen, you can feel Liam's smugness. Thanks, everyone. I've worked so hard, and the results are finally out. I'm so happy. I'm hosting a celebration dinner at the Grand Hotel tonight. You all must come. An hour later, a post on the campus forum blows up the internet. The poster uploaded Liam's lab journal. It details his entire experimental process over the past year. At the end, it directly names me, accusing me of shameful plagiarism, and advising me to be an honest person. The whole school is in an uproar. The post is trending #1 in the department. Ethan, the top student with 3 straight years of scholarships, actually plagiarized someone else's lab results and tried to claim them as his own and publish them first. All kinds of insults and accusations flood in. The voices of blame grow louder and louder. They surround me, completely drowning out my defense. Just then, my phone vibrates. It's the dean's office. Ethan, this is the dean's office. We've seen the post on the campus forum. We've also spoken to your teachers and classmates. The post is verified as true. Our school absolutely does not tolerate plagiarism. We've decided to expel you. I walk lonely through the campus. Passing students point fingers at me. The word plagiarist pierces my ears. I poured my heart and soul into it, only to end up branded as a plagiarist. I'm in a daze, running wildly through the campus like a madman. I yell angrily as I run. I'm not a plagiarist. I didn't copy anyone's lab results. They were mine to begin with. They're mine. I step out of the taxi wearing a mask, but I'm still recognized at a glance. Ethan, what do you have to say about the recent plagiarism scandal? Such a breakthrough result, even if copied, isn't yours. Why would you do such a thing? I heard you're the Fosters' adopted son. The real owner is your brother. Will the Fosters still accept you after this? The day I return to school for my expulsion paperwork, the gate is crowded. There are students and reporters with heavy cameras. In just a few days, that post has spread to neighboring schools. My crime as a plagiarist is completely cemented. Meanwhile, Liam, because of that breakthrough lab result, has caught the attention of academic bigwigs and drawn media praise. As soon as I finish speaking, the crowd goes into an uproar. Just then, Mr. Foster steps out of a black van and storms into the crowd. In front of all the reporters, students, and cameras, he slaps me hard across the face. What nonsense are you spouting now? The slap sends me crashing straight to the ground. But no one around dares to step forward and help me up. I stop trying to escape and slowly turn around. I look coldly at the cameras, then slowly take off my mask. I'll say this one last time. I didn't plagiarize. Also, it doesn't matter if the Fosters accept me or not, because I won't acknowledge them anymore either. As soon as I finish, overwhelming insults erupt again. Surrounded in the center of the crowd, I endure an unparalleled pressure. In the chaos, someone throws a full water bottle. It hits me right on the forehead. My vision goes black and I pass out completely. Later, an ambulance arrives, finally dispersing the farce. Mr. Foster shouts indignantly at the cameras. Today, in front of all you media friends, I will reveal the truth. Ethan is our adopted son. Since we brought him from the orphanage, our family has cared for him meticulously like our own. But he's been unruly since childhood. He hates studying, cheats on exams, lies constantly, and never learns. Whether it's high school entrance exams, college boards, or university tests, he relies entirely on cheating. This time, he's lost his mind, plagiarizing his brother's lab results, just to satisfy his own vanity. Such a wicked child doesn't deserve to be a son of the Foster family. I announce that from today on, the Fosters have nothing to do with Ethan. Expressionless, I get out of bed and toss my phone aside. Step by step, I walk to the hospital rooftop. Standing on the edge, dozens of meters up, I slowly open my arms, feeling the familiar wind of the city for the last time. Ethan, a familiar voice comes from behind, carrying a hint of panic. I turn my head and see Chloe walking quickly toward me. When I wake up, the ward is empty. Only my phone keeps vibrating. Enduring the pain all over my body, I pick up the phone by the bed. The screen is full of texts and messages insulting me. My situation has been completely exposed online. Now everyone knows that I'm a wicked plagiarist, an ungrateful wretch. But this time, I don't even have the strength to be sad. Chloe freezes for a second and says nothing. But I already got the answer from her eyes. Ethan, don't overthink it. Those things mean nothing to you. No matter what, you're a foster and my fiancé. I'll make it up to you after this. Ethan, stop being stubborn. In the past, hearing Chloe acknowledge me like this, I would have dropped all my grievances and gone right back to her. But right now, clutching my chest, my insides are aching. Pale, I slowly crouch down, hugging myself for a last bit of warmth. Ethan has lost so much weight. Standing on the high rooftop, he looks like a gust of wind could blow him over. Chloe frowns, her tone carrying an indescribable emotion. Ethan, get down. She thinks I'll be like the countless times before, silently taking the sweet treat she offers. But I just smile. Shaking my head gently, I look at her in a daze. Chloe, you gave my lab notes to Liam, didn't you? And you teamed up with the Fosters to force the school to twist the truth. And force me to drop out, right? I stay silent, looking up at Chloe like she's a stranger. She never saw my hard work, my grievances, or my pain. She just chalked it all up to me being willful and stubborn. I suddenly feel there's no need to waste my life on a stranger who doesn't get me at all. They don't deserve it. I stand up and silently head downstairs. Chloe takes the chance to rush forward, pulling me down from the ledge. Seeing me still crouching in the corner, she breathes a sigh of relief. Looking down at me, her tone carries a hint of blame. Ethan, I know you're upset, but don't make such extreme jokes. Aren't you just doing this to make us feel guilty? Before she finishes, I walk into the ward and shut the door. Chloe feels a heaviness in her chest, like something is slipping away fast. Just then, Liam sends several texts rushing her. She hesitates for a second, but ultimately turns and leaves the hospital. Ethan is still mad anyway. She won't push it for now. She'll explain it properly when he cools down. Ethan loves her so much, he'll definitely forgive her in the end. Hasn't it always been like this? Figuring this out, Chloe feels much better. Seeing me ignore her, she feels a bit stifled. She quickly follows me. She wants to explain everything recently to tell me that for all these years, I'm the only one she's loved. She did all this for Liam lately just because the Fosters adopted me. She wanted to repay them for raising me all these years on my behalf. But before she can explain, her phone suddenly rings. She glances at the caller ID, hesitates for 2 seconds, but still calls out to me. Ethan, I keep my word. I will make it up to you. Back in the ward, I quickly pack my IDs and head straight to the airport. Before boarding, I turn off my phone and toss it right into the airport toilet. Chloe, from now on, we will never see each other again. Meanwhile, sitting in a speeding car, Chloe suddenly feels a strong, inexplicable sense of unease. It lingers. The plane flies through thick clouds, bumping slightly. I look out the window at the shrinking city skyline. My nerves, tense for over 20 years, finally relax completely for the first time. My phone is already at the bottom of an airport toilet. That number, carrying all my humiliation, pain, and obsession, along with everything in this city, is left far behind me. After a dozen hours of flight, the plane lands at JFK Airport in New York. Stepping out of the terminal, the hot, humid wind hits me, totally different from the biting air back home. In the crowd, 2 figures stand out. The man wears a custom suit, looking composed. The woman wears an elegant dress with flawless makeup. Both are on their tiptoes looking around. Their eyes are full of urgency and expectation. When their eyes land on me, they instantly well up with tears. The man hurries over, stumbling a bit. He reaches out, then stops in midair. As if afraid to startle me, his voice trembles uncontrollably. Ethan, I'm your dad, Arthur Vance. The woman follows closely, tears already falling. She gently holds my wrist. Her fingertips are cool, but her touch is incredibly gentle. Sweetheart, I'm your mom, Evelyn. We've finally found you. These are my biological parents, founders of the world's top biotech group, Vance Biotech. They didn't abandon me on purpose back then. But when I was 1, I was maliciously kidnapped by a rival's plot. Although the kidnappers were later brought to justice, I was lost by an accomplice fleeing in panic, and vanished without a trace. For over 20 years, they never stopped looking, even handing most of the company's business to deputies, personally leading teams across the globe. Looking at their red eyes, I don't feel the expected strangeness or distance. Instead, a strange sense of closeness wells up. They don't rush to judge or demand things of me like the Fosters did. They just carefully guide me to the parking lot, asking me nonstop on the way if I'm tired or if I want anything to eat. The care in their tone is 100% genuine. The Vance villa sits halfway up a hill in the New York suburbs. Pushing the doors open, I don't see the cold, luxurious decor like the Fosters, but a warm, lived-in setup. On the living room wall hangs a massive photo collage. It's full of my pictures, from swaddled baby photos to portraits of me at different ages, drawn from clues left by the kidnappers, densely covering the whole wall. All these years, we could only use our imagination to draw what you looked like. Mom Evelyn gently touches the photos, choking up. We always thought, when we find you, we can fill in these blanks. Dad Arthur hands me a glass of warm milk and adds, your room has been ready for a long time, decorated in a style kids your age like. If you don't like it, we'll redo it. I walk into my own room. Sunlight pours through the floor-to-ceiling windows, warm and cozy. On the desk is the latest computer and various professional books. The closet is full of clothes in different sizes. Even the skincare products in the bathroom are thoughtfully chosen for sensitive skin. All of this is completely different from that cold, appearance-obsessed room at the Fosters. In the following days, Mom and Dad Vance don't pressure me at all. They just stay with me as I slowly adapt to life in the US. They take me to try all kinds of food, walk with me through the streets of New York, patiently listen to my experiences at the Fosters over the years. Whenever I mention being punished or ignored, they get teary-eyed and hold my hand tightly, saying over and over, sorry, sweetheart. Mom and Dad failed to protect you. Unlike the foster parents' constant scolding and comparisons, Mom and Dad Vance seriously pay attention to everything I like. After discovering my passion for biotech research, they offer to let me join Vance Biotech's core lab, and even hire 3 Nobel laureates as my mentors. When I bring out the draft of the lab results, stolen by the Fosters and Chloe, the mentors are absolutely blown away, praising my immense talent for research. Ethan, your experimental approach is incredibly novel. With a little tweaking, it can definitely be published in top international journals. One of the mentors says seriously, Vance Biotech is willing to provide you with ample funding and the most advanced equipment to fully support this project. With my family's love and mentors' guidance, I pour myself into the lab. Free from the Foster suppression and Chloe's baggage, my research journey goes incredibly smoothly. In just 6 months, I perfect the lab results. The paper I wrote is successfully published in Nature. It instantly causes a sensation in the international biotech community. When the news reaches home, it's right in the middle of the hype. Over Liam's lab results, the Fosters and Chloe, riding on Liam's success, grab all the attention in both business and academia. They even secure partnerships for several major projects. When the Nature paper reaches them, everyone is stunned. Looking at the familiar concepts and data, Liam's face turns pale as a sheet. He can't understand the complex derivations at all. The previously published lab journal was entirely fabricated by Mia, pieced together from my lost notes. Now, this paper in a top journal is detailed and logically rigorous. It even includes key experimental steps he never published. Anyone with eyes can see who the real researcher is. This is impossible. Liam slumps on the couch. His voice trembles. Ethan was expelled. How could he publish such an amazing paper? He must have copied me. Liam, don't panic. We have your lab journal and the school's certificate. We can say Ethan held a grudge and deliberately copied your ideas to publish the paper. But their defense crumbles before the ironclad facts. Soon, several leading experts in the international scientific community speak out. They confirm the originality of my paper and point out that Liam's published results contain multiple logical flaws and fabricated data. What's more fatal is that the teacher who once quietly warned me, disgusted by the actions of the Fosters and Chloe, steps forward and exposes the truth to the media, including Chloe forcing the school to expel me and Mia instigating Liam to plagiarize my lab results. Once these inside stories are out, the internet is in an uproar. The voices praising Liam instantly vanish. Replaced by overwhelming accusations and insults. So Ethan is the real genius. Liam is just a thief. The Fosters and Chloe are so disgusting. Forcing out the adopted son is bad enough, but stealing his work too? The Foster company's stock plummets instantly. Partners cancel contracts one after another. Debt collectors line up at their door. Mr. Foster, overwhelmed with anger, suffers a sudden stroke and is admitted to the ICU. Mrs. Foster cries all day. Seeing the family's ruin, she is filled with regret. Mia, for instigating fraud and defaming others, is expelled from school and faces legal sanctions. And Chloe's situation is even tougher than the Fosters. The Bennett Group's image hits rock bottom due to the scandal. Several major projects are forced to halt, causing heavy losses. Chloe's father is hospitalized out of anger. He orders her to fix this immediately, or he'll strip her of her inheritance. What breaks her even more is that she finally realizes her feelings for me are no longer just habit or responsibility. All those years, I silently followed her, handling all her chores, staying up all night by her bed when she was sick, doing everything I could to help her when she was in trouble. She had long gotten used to my presence and my devotion, and unknowingly, she had grown dependent on me and fallen in love. But she was blinded by Liam's frailty and the two families' ties, hurting me time and again, until she pushed me away completely. When she sees my paper published in Nature, sees me standing on the podium at an international academic conference, looking calm, confident, and radiant, she suddenly realizes that the Ethan she once ignored and despised has grown into someone completely out of her reach. And she personally destroyed the one who loved her most, the one most willing to give everything for her. Chloe searches for me like crazy. She uses all the connections of the Bennetts and the Fosters, even flying to the US herself, wandering the streets of New York, trying to find me. But Mom and Dad Vance had anticipated her arrival. They set up security measures for me in advance. She searches for 3 whole months but doesn't even catch a glimpse of me. Just when Chloe is on the verge of despair, she receives an anonymous email. Contains only one photo. Mom, Dad, and I standing in the Vance Biotech lab, smiling brightly. In the background of the photo, you can faintly see the lab's door sign. It reads, Vance Biotech Core Lab Ethan's team. Holding her phone, Chloe trembles all over, tears falling uncontrollably. She finally knows that not only did I find my real parents, but I also have a life thousands of times better than at the Fosters. And because of her stupidity and stubbornness, she has lost me forever. Meanwhile, Mr. Foster finally wakes up in the ICU. But after waking up, the first thing he does is ask about my whereabouts. When he learns that I not only found my real parents, but am also an internationally renowned science genius, he gasps for air and passes out again. This time, he never wakes up. Mr. Foster's death completely ruins the Foster family. Mrs. Foster is in a daze all day, constantly muttering, Sorry, Ethan, we were wrong. Liam, due to the fraud scandal, is despised by everyone, hearing accusations wherever he goes. He finally suffers a mental breakdown and is sent to a psychiatric hospital. Mia is sentenced to prison, spending her youth behind bars. A year later, I'm invited back to China for an international biotech forum. This is my first time back in this city since I left. Mom and Dad Vance, worried about my safety, arrange for several bodyguards to accompany me. At the forum, is star-studded with celebrities from all fields. When I walk in, all eyes are focused on me. I see Chloe in the corner. She's lost a lot of weight. Pale-faced, her former radiance is long gone. She looks at me, her eyes full of remorse and pleading. I just give her a faint glance and look away, as if looking at a stranger. After the forum, Chloe stops me. Her voice is hoarse, on the verge of tears. Ethan, I know I was wrong. I really do. Give me one more chance, please? I'll do anything for you. I can make it up to you. I look at her calmly, my tone indifferent. Chloe, you're not wrong. You just don't love me. You didn't before, you don't now, and you never will. We've been over for a long time. No, it's you I love. It's always been you. I was just blinded. That's why I kept hurting you, Ethan. Believe me, I truly love you. I gently push her hand away and step back. Love isn't about hurting or taking someone for granted. Your love is too cheap and selfish. I don't need you to make it up to me, or your return. Please never show up in front of me again. With that, I turn and leave without looking back. The bodyguards step up, stopping Chloe from chasing me. I can feel her desperate gaze, but my heart is completely at peace. All that past pain and obsession has faded away in my parents' love and my research success. Leaving the venue, I see Mia at the door. Her hair is gray, her back hunched. Her former arrogance is completely gone. Seeing me, her lips move as if to speak, but she just lowers her head and silently steps aside. I know the Fosters are ruined, and she's having a hard time, but I feel no pity or resentment. I just walk past calmly. Back in the US, I focus even more on my research. With Vance Biotech support, I set up my own lab team, tackling one biotech challenge after another. Mom and Dad watch me grow, feeling so proud. They don't force me to take over the company. They just say, Sweetheart, as long as you're happy doing what you love, we'll always have your back. Occasionally, I see news about the Fosters from back home. Mrs. Foster ended up in a nursing home, living a bleak life. Liam is in a psych ward, completely insane, constantly yelling, My results! I'm a genius! Chloe was stripped of her inheritance. Falling from grace, she scrapes by on odd jobs. Some ask if I feel sorry for them. I just shake my head. They brought it on themselves. Their fate is entirely their own doing. As for me, I've stepped out of the shadows and started a brand new life. On another sunny afternoon, I stand by the lab window looking at the blue sky. Mom calls and says gently, "Ethan, coming home for dinner tonight? I made your favorite braised pork." "Sure, Mom. I'll be there," I reply with a smile. Hanging up, I take a deep breath, filled with warmth and joy. I used to think I was the unluckiest person in the world. Ignored by my adoptive parents. Hurt by the one I loved. Abandoned by the whole world. But now I know what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. I only lost what was never mine. And my true happiness eventually found its way to me. The dust has settled, and everyone is on their own path. The Fosters and Chloe paid the price for what they did. And after the storm, I found my own sunshine and warmth. The road ahead is still long. I'll walk it bravely, carrying this warmth and joy, to create more value and embrace a better life.